Thanks for having me today. My name is Brady Lewis. I'm the president and CEO of WWC Engineering. I graduated from the University of Wyoming with a bachelor's in civil engineering in 2002, and I'm in Sheridan, Wyoming at our corporate office. I grew up in the Bighorn Basin on a farm. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I had the opportunity to go to the University of Wyoming's engineering summer program when I was in high school, and that really kind of opened my eyes to engineering. And it's when I realized that's what I wanted to do. So I attended the University of Wyoming in 1998, pursuing a degree in civil engineering. In 2000, when I was a junior, my hydraulics professor asked if anybody was interested in doing an undergraduate research project, and I liked hydraulics. I didn't have a job and I needed some money, and so I took him up on it. It was the best decision that I made. I learned a lot from UW professors and the curriculum, but I learned a lot working with that professor for 2 years. I graduated in 2002 and I came to Sheridan to work for WWC Engineering. I spent 5 years as a project engineer, learning how to apply the technical skills that I learned at UW. When I was promoted to a project manager, I spent another 7 years learning how to manage projects, manage my team, manage clients, and then I was promoted to a department manager. I had a team of 17, and I learned about leading a team of a bigger size at a higher level. And in 2018, WWC's third president and CEO announced his retirement. I really didn't think about it at first, but as I put some thought into it, I thought that it sounded like a challenge that I wanted to put my name in the hat, and I'm humbled and honored to have the opportunity to do it, and I enjoy it every day. You know, what excites me most about my job is that it's a little bit more creative thinking. It's a little bit different type of problem solving. I kind of have to live into the future a little bit farther and try to see what's coming next week, what's going to happen in a month, what could happen in a year, and where we want to try to be as a company at that point. And that's my responsibility. The company's success is my responsibility. It excites me to really kind of try to be creative and see into the future like that, but it is a challenge. I guess I don't like about it, or what's tough, is that as an engineer, I would typically have a few projects and I would know the critical path and I would be able to navigate through those and get to the other end of it. And it feels like now I've got 50 small projects. Some of them I've never done, some we've never done as a company. And we're trying to figure out what the critical path to get there is, all in parallel, nearly at the same time. And it certainly is a challenge. To be successful, I guess I would say that if you have an interest in climbing some levels of responsibility and management, it takes three things. The first thing that it takes is to be able to move people to be the best that they can be. And to do that, you need to be sincere about it. You need to be able to see the best that someone can be and really try to get them to achieve that and more than they think they could have accomplished, and put their own interests in front of your own. The second thing that I would say that you need is you need to be able to, in the business world, you need to be able to generate business. And you can do that through providing really quality service over and over and over again. If you're not a seller, doer, an outward person, that's one way to do it. If you are in the A&E industry, you know, there's lots of projects that they're really bound by the constraints of proposals and interviews, and honing those skills is important. Everything outside of that, my best piece of advice would be, don't try to sell anything. Focus on developing meaningful relationships. It'll take a little bit longer, but you will be successful. And those projects will mean a lot more because you're connected to your client, and neither one of you want to let each other down. And the third thing that I can tell you is that you got to be able to make difficult decisions. And you're going to be faced with difficult decisions in your life. You're going to be faced with difficult decisions in a project, and just at work in general. And sometimes course correcting and making a difficult decision is not failure, it's a responsibility of the job. The University of Wyoming has, you know, really exceptional professors and curriculum, and I learned a lot getting my degree there. I guess I would say that it uniquely prepared me for my position, primarily through its outreach to high school students. That really set the path for me attending the engineering summer program. And it also uniquely prepared me through the undergraduate research that I did. I know that I came out of that and I came out of the university and I had unique skills. I had a better skill set in a critical area of writing and communicating and technical writing that put me farther ahead than really I probably should have been at that point. I was a lot more prepared. Well, I guess I would advise that the limitation to how much you can grow and how far you can go is your willingness to learn. And so don't ever stop learning. Even when you leave the university, when you leave college, don't ever stop learning. Get involved with organizations, get involved with committees, get involved with nonprofit boards or company boards, and take in as much as you can. Take in as much training, look for applicable literature that's out there. If you're not a reading person, I do a lot of audiobooks, but never stop learning. That's really going to be your only limitation to how far you can go.